Hello, everyone, and welcome to Season 2 of Almost Real and Honest Talk Between Two Friends, where me, Josh, and Camila, her,
Hi.
are,
Hello.
unashamedly off the cuff. We are just making stuff up as we go, trying to be as almost real as possible. So, Camila, it's been a hot minute. It's been a whole season since we've seen each other. What's new with you? Tell me something exciting that's happened to you in your life.
Something exciting. I actually usually prepare something to say because a lot of things happen and I kind of choose something. I haven't done it now. Something exciting. Oh, I got a job interview. I think that's the most exciting thing. Yeah, and it will be like a panel interview for which I have to prepare a presentation to show.
It sounds like work. It sounds like you're just going to work for free in front of people.
I have already done a bunch of work for them for free at the beginning when I kind of was answering all the questions they had. Because, yeah, I literally had to learn a bit before answering something. And it took about half of my day, so it's kind of work. But I got the interview, so I can't complain. And if after this presentation I get the job,
that's all worth it, right?
It's not bad.
It's literally the worst feeling, though, when you do all that extra work, filling out forms or whatever they need to do, or like tests and stuff, and then they don't hire you. It's just like, why did I waste my time?
Yeah, and also I've counted, it's been 4 years that I have presented anything in front of anyone for like a job or an interview.
But you've presented things in front of people that aren't work related. You're fine with presentations.
I know, but I mean, still, these are like serious people.
Wait, are you saying that this right now isn't serious? Camilla.
Oh, this is very serious.
I have a Bachelor of Arts.
Serious.
This is very serious. I have a
Master's in Sociology.
Wow. I didn't know it was time to be bragging about our master's degrees time.
Yo.
But we're not here to talk about the degrees we got and how...
of paper.
Yeah, the pieces of paper we have, and if they are valuable or not value, i.e. my bachelor's degree in English and theater.
I think that's pretty cool.
Awful. Oh, yeah, but cool doesn't give you money and jobs.
That was more of my dream. I did political science and sociology instead. Can you imagine how different that was? Like, oh no.
Much more employable, though.
It depends.
I studied English in an English-speaking country.
No, I chose politics for a wrong. Politics, political science in a different country would be way better.
But you did it for noble reasons. You wanted to change the world. You wanted to,
I wanted to change the country.
To be a force for good. Yeah, change. Yeah.
I know.
It's super noble. I did theater because I thought it was fun.
It's also pretty cool. I've realized that I can do things for fun way too late.
Well, you know what's more fun than a theater degree? Having money. So please subscribe to our podcast. Give us money so we can keep doing this, because my degree is collecting dust.
Mine too, actually. But anyway.
Well, it's good. Congratulations on the job interview. Let us know how it goes. Hopefully it doesn't keep you, if you get the job, it won't keep you too busy. Then we'll have to slow down the podcast.
We're always recording at night, my time. It's not going to be a problem. Not going to be an issue.
You say that now.
Oh, come on. I will never abandon our
lovely
podcast.
Our lovely podcast. Lovely podcast.
How are you, Josh?
I'm doing well. It was so... What? Why?
It didn't sound well. You were like, I'm doing well. I don't expect well after the beginning. Like, I'm doing not well. That's what you did.
Well, first of all, you didn't say any words. You just chuckled. This is what you said. Who's doing well now? No, I am doing well, contrary to how I may say words. It was crazy snowy here for like 2 or 3 days. Schools were shut down, like the gym. The only two places I go, work and the gym. And we, because we live up on a mountain, roads were bad. But we braved the outside world today, and it was fine. And it's great. It's warmed up a lot. It's like plus something. It's supposed to get like to +5, +6, and rain for the next forever until probably summer. The weather hasn't been like the weather. Okay, I'm getting a little lost. You threw me off, Camilla, with your making fun of my well.
Apologies.
Well. I'm feeling well. No, the weather, snow is beautiful and magical when it's falling, and then sucks when it's just sitting there. I love when it's snowing. I do not like when it is snow. So it's kind of gross outside. It's doing that whole thing where it all turns like brown and gross by the side of the road, and it's so wet. Like you go outside and it's like you're breathing water, which I believe they call drowning. The more I'm talking, the more maybe I'm not doing well. Maybe you were onto something. I'm drowning, but I'm doing well. No, so it's been good. It's been like cozy, quiet times at home. So that's been nice. Played a lot of video games the last little while. So been enjoying that because there's nothing else to do because we're trapped. So yeah, that's about it for me. Nothing else really new or out of the blue. All right, let's get into the meat of the episode then. Let's get right into what we're doing. So today, Camilla, I have a couple of things planned for us. I have 3 things planned for us. It's all based off of the idea that I've been seeing a lot of podcasts pop up on my YouTube shorts, Instagram Reels, all these different places where people put their podcasts. CJ Almost Real, if you want to see what we put up. little plugs at CJ Almost Real. Check out what we put up. Often see a lot of the same thing. It's a lot of like top 5 lists. Guess the top 5 most common places for people to visit, right? Or it's blind ranking things like top 5 books, and then people have a list that they have to kind of put together, or reacting to different things and talking about it. So I thought those might be fun to do, and also would make great content. Well, I mean, we'll see how well we do. So, Camilla, I want to do these with you. I've prepared some stuff.
Yeah.
If we're like traditional YouTube shorts kind of things, we have to be like insanely high energy and loud. We're like, oh my god, you said that for this thing. We don't have to do that. I find that exhausting just watching. Doing that right now, I'm ready for a nap. But we'll do some of these things. So let's do a blind ranking. So I have composed a blind ranking system. So it's 1 to 5. There's 5 different things I'm going to give you. You have to put them in what you think number 1 is the best and number 5 is the worst for you, right? But you don't know what the next thing is coming up. And these are, I'm going to have you blind rank categories. Okay.
So you're telling me like thing A, and I have to say a number from 1 to 5.
You're placing it where you think it would be. So number 1 is like the thing you're most interested in, but you don't know what's coming next. So if you put something in the number 2 spot, it's gone. It's done. You can't put anything else number 2. If you put something else number 1, it's gone. And to make it a little bit spicier, and to make it kind of like a different like level, I think whatever you choose for number 1, we will do a blind ranking for that category. Okay. So whatever is your number 1 choice, we will do a second round of like that category. So blind rankings, and then blind ranking the topic that you choose for number 1 in blind rankings. Okay.
Number 1 is my least favorite, right?
Number 1 is your most favorite, the one that you would most like to do.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So blind ranking categories. I have 5 categories here. All right. So the first category I'm going to give you is ice cream flavors.
Oh, that's 2.
The 2. Okay. All right. The second one I'm going to give you is Russian salads.
Jesus Christ. 5.
5. Interesting. Okay.
My least
favorite thing to talk about. You don't want to rank Russian salads. Yeah. Okay. I thought that was going to be number 1. I'm very surprised. The third thing I'm going to give you is dictators, ranking dictators.
Oh, no, four.
Not as bad as salads, though. Interesting things to learn about you. So
yeah,
you have spaces 1 and 3 left, and there's 2 things left. So one of these is going to be the blind ranking that we're going to do. Okay? So I'm going to give you the next one. Number 4, sitcoms, situational comedies.
Let's put it to number 1.
Number 1, you want to know what the last one is? Your number 3 choice?
Yeah.
Pokemon.
Oh, thank God. I know nothing about Pokemon. I know people play it. I know people are. I know people are looking over.
So Pokemon is your third. So you had sitcoms at number 1. At number 2, you had ice cream flavors. Number 3, you had Pokemon. Number 4, dictators. And your least favorite thing to talk about, to rank, is Russian salads. So let's rank some sitcoms now, right? Top 5 sitcoms. Camilla's top 5, blind ranking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first one I'm going to give you is Seinfeld. Where does that sit for you?
Let's put it to, it's 2. It's a solid 2.
It's a 2. It's a solid 2. Why is it a solid 2?
Because the ending sucked.
Oh, the ending sucked.
The ending is horrible. I watched it till the end, and the ending is just horrible. Also, it's a bit outdated now, to be fair. You can see that it's been filmed a while ago, and some of the content in the jokes is also quite outdated. But I mean, it's still pretty good. I liked it, so it's a 2.
So it's still a number 2, though. It's like your second best choice.
Yeah,
That says a lot. All right, the next one, The Office.
Ooh, I might be judged for that, but I'm not a fan of that type of.
Okay.
So I'm going to put it to 5.
You put it 5. Okay.
Yeah.
Next up is Cheers.
Oh, I've never seen it.
But it's obviously not a 5 for you.
Well, what's it about? Can I Google real quick?
It's about wanting to go somewhere, Camilla, where everyone knows your name.
All right. Number 4.
Number 4 is Cheers. Okay. So far you've used 2, 4, and 5.
Yeah.
So it's the same. It's the same as the last time.
I'm just repeating the pattern.
Yeah, look at that. So the next one is Friends. Is it your number 1 or your number 3?
I don't know. It's gonna be after Friends. But the Friends are definitely not 3. So yeah, it's gonna be 1. I liked it.
Friends is your number 1 choice. Your top sitcom, eh? That means number 3 is Parks and Recreation.
Oh no! It should have been number 1. Oh no!
It's too late. It's too late.
Oh no! Parks and Recreations are after Seinfeld. No.
It's so interesting because you said with The Office you didn't like that style of like sitcom, but Parks and Rec, which sounds like you want it to be your number 1, is basically filmed the same way.
That's true, but like I think I know kind of what's in the joke is different. What they make the joke out of is different. How they how is quite similar. Yeah, that's interesting. I never thought of that. But yeah, for me, Office
it's literally it's almost like a spin-off of The Office, right?
Yeah. No, I really now
it's
I kind of
even the same creator. One of the same creators.
Is it?
I might be wrong about that.
Anyway, I. To be fair, I did not really give Office a choice. I mean, not a choice, like a chance. That's what I want to say.
Yeah.
A chance. I kind of watched one episode and I didn't like it and it stopped. So.
And to be fair, the first few episodes of Parks and Rec are
not
a little
good.
rough to get through. Yeah.
But I mean, I do love Amy. I love Amy Poehler. I think that's kind of one of them.
The biggest things.
Yeah, I mean, made me watch it. And also my husband, he's like, it's good. I promise you, it's gonna get better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many shows like that exist now? It's like, but if you can make it through the first season, the second season is like so great.
I think almost all of them.
20 hours of my life.
I think most comedy
just waiting for something to possibly get better. Yeah. No, I don't.
I think a lot of sitcoms are like this. A lot of them are like this. So.
Usually ramps up by the second and third seasons, and then it tends to go downhill after that.
Yeah. I wonder why they don't have Big Bang Theory there in the list.
Oh yeah, it should be one of the big ones. I don't know. I just grabbed a random list that was from the internet.
That's all right. Would you like to rank? Yeah.
Yeah, make a list of something. I'll blindly rank something. Come up with a theme,
fun.
and it's fun, right?
Maybe.
They're all over YouTube. Obviously, they're doing well. We are catching this trend so late, though. To be fair, I haven't seen them for a while, so we might be, like all things, just months behind the trend.
All right. I don't know if you've seen them all, but I've kind of made a list. Kind of my list. It's not really someone else's list. All right. So the first one is The Good Place.
Sitcoms. What? Oh, I see. We're doing sitcoms. Yeah.
Yeah,
you didn't tell me what the theme was. You just said The Good Place.
Yeah. Sorry.
It could be TV shows where everyone dies at the end. Spoilers for The Good Place. They're dead at the beginning. So
yeah.
I feel like that's not really that much of a spoiler. It's within the first 10 seconds you find out.
Yeah, we're doing sitcoms.
The Good Place. I really like The Good Place. Do I think that you will have anything better than The Good Place on that list for me? I don't think so. I'm going to put it number 1 right away. Number 1. Good Place. I really liked it. I really liked it a lot. Yeah, I don't think you have anything as good as The Good Place on there.
All right, the next one is Schitt's Creek.
I haven't watched a lot of Schitt's Creek. I haven't watched a lot of it. I've heard it's very good.
It's good.
I've had a hard time getting into it. There's probably worse ones that you have on there, though. And it is a Canadian show, so I have to rank it high. Yeah, I'm going to put it at a 4 for patriotism. But that's kind of all I have to do, like my civic duty.
You ranked it high, very high, yeah. Next
4?
one is, it's a joke. I mean, a joke. It's a joke.
It's not 5.
Fair enough. Next one is Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
I enjoy Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I think it kind of fell off a bit in later seasons when it was canceled and then picked up again by NBC, and they could start adding more not swears, but more like bitches and stuff and things. I felt like they leaned on that a little too hard. They were like a new kid with a new toy. So I kind of didn't enjoy it as much after it had been canceled and re-picked up. So I'm going to put that, still enjoyed it though. I'll put that at a 3.
All right. Fleabag.
Yeah. I've never seen Fleabag. Never watched it. So 5.
Yeah.
So my number 2 show
is Good Omens. Good Omens.
I enjoyed Good Omens. Yeah. I haven't seen the second season yet, but I enjoyed the first season. Yeah. I think that's fair.
Actually, now I have a question to you. Have you seen New Girl?
Yes, I've watched all of New Girl. Yes.
Do you like it?
I did enjoy it. Yes.
Okay, but not as much as The Good Place. Yeah. Okay.
You didn't have the New Girl as one of the options.
I know it was one of my last options, but I changed it to Good Omens because I thought, you might not. Liked it.
I was going through it and I was going to start re-watching it, and I made it through the first season and then I kind of started watching other things. But yeah, no, it holds up. I think it's still, there's some things that haven't aged super great, but
yeah,
it's quite funny. The main cast, the ensemble casting there, very well done. All right. Well, so that's the first thing. That's the first overdone thing I've seen on the internet that was really big for a hot minute, and I don't know if it's big anymore. So hopping on trends well after they've already been established and have left. The next overdone trend is top 5s. So you have to guess the top 5 things in this list. All right. So the list, I'm going to have you guess what are the top 5 are. So the top 5 most overdone top 5 lists.
Weird products from Amazon.
Don't have that one on there. That's not on this list.
Oh damn!
This was the internet compiling this list. I didn't do a lot of hard research or data in this, but it's just kind of what first came up. So.
So the videos people do the most about something top 5.
No, it's not even necessarily even about the videos people do the most. It's just top 5 lists in general. The most common, most overdone, the most common top 5 lists.
Top 5 lists of what?
Exactly. You guess.
Oh god. So what people
You're
do
just
in their
guessing.
lives?
You're just guessing. You're just trying to
Oh.
guess what the top 5 lists are.
Top 5 kids' names?
Ooh, that would have been a good one. I don't have that on this list, though. It wasn't in my top 5 of top 5 lists.
Top
It's a good
5.
guess, though.
Top 5 New Year's resolutions?
Ooh, also a good guess. Not on my list. You're close though with one thing. Not really. Never mind. I'll start giving you more hints too as we go on.
Top 5 things to do when you're bored?
These are great guesses. Not anywhere close to. These are more like locational for a lot of them.
Top 5 bars?
No, but you're kind of in the same realm
Top
as
5
number
restaurants? 4. Top 5 places to eat?
You're closer. You're closer. You're closer.
Top 5 places to meet
It's a specific type of food.
Top 5 Chinese takeaways?
Oh, more Italian.
Pizza places?
Pizza places and where? Top 5 pizza places in?
Italy?
No.
Chilliwack?
What is... No. Yeah, that's all over the internet. The top 5 pizza places in Chilliwack. No. Think big York? Metropolitan city. Yes! That's number 4. Number 4 is the top 5 pizza parlors in New York.
All right.
So you got one of them. You got number 4.
No, I guess people don't care about this, but like top 5 shows on Broadway?
People don't care about Broadway.
Yeah,
There's only like 7 people who do, and they care a lot.
Soundtracks to run to? Like to do a workout with?
Again, you're pretty close to something. Think about soundtracks. Think about playlists. What might be a top 5 list about music?
Top 5 songs now?
Or maybe what was played
of 2023?
Yeah, of last year. Top 5 songs of last year. That's number 5. So you got 4 and you got 5. 4 and 5. Please edit out that I went down to 3 when I said 5. 5. 4 and 5. Whoops.
Top 5 breakfast ideas?
Nothing else has to do with food. But the first 3 are all locations. Kind of. 1 and 3
top 5 places.
And it's like tourism.
To travel to? Yeah. To go on your vacation to?
Not that one. Close. What would you do on vacation? Like, where's the place you would want to go on vacation?
I don't know. People usually go to the sea, beach.
And what? Yeah. So, top 5
beaches. Top 5 beaches in the city.
Top 5 beaches of the world. Yeah. Yeah. Top 5 beaches of the world. That's number 3.
There you go.
Flying through. Caw. So 1 and 2. Let's do number 2 is, how do I give you a hint?
Top 5 cities to see before you die?
That's a great guess. This is something that you would do probably when you were on holidays. A lot of people plan their whole holidays around these sort of things. There's big ones in Los Angeles and Orlando and Paris and Tokyo.
Top 5 things to do at Disneyland?
Very close. Very close. What can you do at Disneyland? What are some things you can do at Disneyland?
Propose? Top 5 things to propose? Top 5 places to propose?
Yeah. What else can you do?
Top 5 places take your kids to?
What goes up and comes down in these places? And like around and round and up and down and loop-de-loops.
Slide? Roller coaster?
Yes!
Top 5 roller coasters?
And there's an adjective before. There's an adjective before roller coasters.
Top 5 places with the highest roller, like
not highest. You're in the right kind of area though. It is an ist.
Scariest.
The scariest. Top 5 scariest roller coasters. All right, and the number 1 most overdone top 5 list. It has to do with places. It also has an ist. It's an adjective before.
Top 5 best places to visit on Earth?
It's close. It's not about traveling. But you're very close with that one. What makes something the best?
A lot of different things. To be fair.
If it has good pizza, all right, am I walking here?
Two biggest
That's not a clue.
cities
That's not a clue. That was a bit.
Two biggest cities in the world? Of top 5 biggest cities in the world?
Not the most overdone list, no. But you're kind of getting there. What comes out every year that has kind of a controversial ranking?
Top 5 most expensive cities to live in?
It's not cities. You're on the right track, though. It's not cities.
Top 5 most expensive countries to live in?
Not about expensive. But you were right with countries.
Top 5 most rich countries in the world?
Often these things are tied together. A lot of people say money doesn't buy this, but they're wrong.
Top 5 happiest countries in the world.
The happiest countries in the world. That's number 1. So that is top 5 lists of top 5 lists. Yeah.
That was actually fun.
Thank you. I'm a little offended how surprised you are. I do fun things. The last thing that was my idea was the RPG. Was playing Starcross. That was fun.
No, it's a great one. No, it took me so long to understand what I'll have to get.
As I said it, I was like, this is the most complicated thing in the world. I've made this purposely incredibly complicated. All right, Camilla, now it's time for reactions. Time to react. I think we'll start with this Heritage Minutes. So this is one of Canada's Heritage Minutes. So this has been running since 1991 consistently. And these are moments of like Canadian history that they would put on TV. So like they're 1 minute long on average, little moments that would be like little commercials about Canadian history. And yeah, they have different things about like the past in politics, about different people who came, like Terry Fox. They have, moments in Canadian history, Vimy Ridge. And they put out a couple of these every year. There's some from 2023. I didn't actually know they were still doing these. So the one we're going to watch is titled Winnie. It's from 1990. So this came out in 1990. And let's watch this.
And that's how a young Canadian soldier's bear inspired 4 volumes of stories and verse that still sell millions of copies around the world.
Oh, that's lovely. I loved it.
They're great, right? So they have tons and tons and tons of these. But yeah, tell me, did you learn anything?
I did not know that Winnie the Pooh is Canadian.
Well, technically he's not. The bear that inspired Winnie the Pooh is Canadian.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I was a bit confused. My knowledge contradicted with what
with the truth. No, yeah. So that the idea that A Milline, I never know how to say his name. Yeah, was with his son at the zoo, and Winnie was at the zoo because during World War I, Winnie was mascot for the second division. Mm-hmm. And Winnie was rescued as a cub by the guy we see at the beginning. I don't know his name. A guy from the beginning, and then brought over, but he couldn't take him to the front line to fight during World War I. So left them there to be taken care of in England, and there he stayed in the zoo.
Yeah, I was a bit confused with what they were feeding the bear at the beginning because it looked like a cigarette. I was like, what the hell was that? Oh, that was like something white. Honey. It was something, maybe it was a spoon.
It was on like a stick. It was on like a stick.
I see.
It's like, yeah. It's probably like honey from a little can there, yeah.
Okay. No, it was cute. It started off, I was like, it's going to be weird as hell, but no, it was absolutely cute, nice, and I liked it. I want to go to Canada now.
They're great. They're these Heritage Minutes. Every Canadian's going to know about them because growing up watching TV, they would always come on.
Yeah, it's actually really nice. Yeah.
So next up, I have 2 commercials for you to watch. Mm-hmm. I think we'll just watch them back to back because they're both from the same beer company.
All right.
I'll get them set up here. So this is from Molson Canadian.
My name is Joe, and I am Canadian. Mr. Canuck. Where's your pet beaver?
So this was an advertising campaign by Molson Canadian. in the 90s, where it was I am a Canadian. Bull's a Canadian. So that whole like I am a Canadian speech was huge. Everyone loved it. So patriotic. So like, how did a beer company come up with like the best thing ever? And then the attack beaver thing was also, people enjoyed that a lot as well. So what are your impressions of these two Molson Canadian advertisements?
Well, I have a question to you, Josh.
Okay.
What's wrong with a beaver? Why do you like it so much, Canadians?
It's all right. Well, history lesson time. You asked for this. I worked at a fur trade fort when I was in university as a national historic site, not an actual fur trade fort. I wasn't a like voyager. So the history of Canada is one of primarily settlements being set up for the fur trade. So beaver pelt was specifically looked for because for the hats that were made at the time, beaver pelt hats. So it was incredibly lucrative to hunt beaver and to sell the pelts back into the UK and England and whatnot at the time, to Europe. So incredibly lucrative business. And a lot of forts and settlements were set up specifically to hunt and trap beaver. So Canada as we know it would not exist if it had not been for the beaver fur trade.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Also, who pronounce it a boot? Americans?
I think that's a more like middle Canada sort of, or from the Maritimes. They speak a little bit differently over there in the Maritimes. They got that Irish ancestry.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Irish and Scottish, yeah. So it's
yeah. Okay. I mean, in terms of like patriotic feelings, it has always been everywhere ahead. I mean, if you try to play with patriotic feelings, it would usually pay off. This commercial was let's say a bit aggressive, but I mean, was a big hit. I would be confused if I were a Canadian watching this, because I was like, why are you yelling all the like? We know, okay.
Well, here's the thing. It's there's so much of Canada's identity is tied up in not being America.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so much of, because we're a small, relatively small country, large land mass, but small population, right? Smaller population than the state of California. So the U.S. is quite a lot larger, quite a lot more of a cultural impact, right? The U.S. is a behemoth, especially compared to Canada. We're just a small little country trying to do our best. So that sort of identity of like, we are our own individual country. We are not the U.S. We have different things. But yeah, so there's this, this whole I am a Canadian, I think really was taken quite well, because it's like, we are a distinct people and we are allowed to be proud of that distinction. Because I think Canadians often are like, we're lumped in with America, and we don't feel like there's a ton that we can be proud of. I mean, we desperately search. Like, if you are ever watching a film with a Canadian and it's filmed in Vancouver, that's Vancouver, that's Toronto, that's this place, that's Canada. We're desperate. We're desperate for any slice of identity, of anything to be proud of that we have achieved. And we've achieved a lot. You can watch the Heritage Minutes to see all the things we've achieved.
No, and also there are a lot of like famous people who are actually Canadians. And
yes.
Yeah, like for example, or like French Canadians, because Celine Dion basically brought a lot of French singers. Well, she herself is a Canadian, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, you are not wrong.
And she brought a lot of French singers into the Notre Dame de Paris musical, the first edition, and a lot of them became popular after this, and they're also Canadian, all of them. Like Garou and Daniel Lavoie, maybe I'm wrong, he's French. But some should have checked that up. Should have checked that before saying. But Garou is definitely Canadian, and pretty sure she brought two other guys there, and yeah, they were Canadians too. Anyway, long story short, Canada is that's okay. I got the point where people loved the commercial. Although the beaver attack was a bit too much. Even though, as far as I understood, these were Americans, people from the US who came over to Canada.
Well, and it's a lot of that, like making fun of Americans too. Anyway, next thing I have to share is a little public service announcement thing that went out.
The North American house hippo is found throughout Canada and the eastern United States.
So, you looked shocked, Camilla. Did you believe that there were tiny little hippos?
I did not expect that twist. I did not know that where it was leading. I was so confused by this little hippos, and I did not expect what I heard at the end. And to be honest, that's so cool, because hippos are fascinating. This tiny hippos, who is smaller than a cat, I looked at it, and I looked at it until the end, and I would have, even if I was not filming the podcast with you. Wow, I love it. It's amazing. I wish someone has done this on my country's television. Because
the Russian house lion.
Because in Russia there was a very, very serious issue. People from like the communist era, they were strongly like brainwashed to believe in what is written in the newspaper, or what's said on the news is true. Like, that it can't be fake. You can't question that. It's like, I don't know, it's a Zorus. It's like something that is the only thing to believe in. And up until now, a lot of people think that. And they do not question what they see, sadly. Even though sometimes it is like, I don't understand how people are like, yeah, that's fine, that's logical. No, it's not. Just think about it a tiny little bit. Just to
ask questions.
Use your fucking brain, please. Anyway, I loved
North
it.
American house hippos aren't actually real. It's great. It was great. So
it's great. Loved it. Oh my god, I want to move to Canada. Love everything.
They don't run that commercial anymore.
Still,
you're not a big fan of beavers? Oh, the attack beaver?
Yeah. It was a bit too much. I don't want to train a beaver to attack someone else.
Yeah, that does take up a lot of time, but it is a safety thing. So it does make sense. All right. Well, I'm glad you really like the house hippos thing. That again, it's so uniquely Canadian. Every child, like every millennial child, is going to know about the North American house hippo.
But that's great. That's great. I really loved it.
Truly, like looking back, it holds up really well. The effects are also very good. Like the editing is well done.
Yeah. I mean, you can see that it's not really in the water. I was like,
oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
But all the rest is absolutely fine.
It looks great. Excuse me. They did a really good job with that. They did do a really good job with that. Holds up quite well. Good message too. And speaking of good messages, the last thing I have to show you is another public service announcement. This is also quite notorious.
Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you put it in your mouth. Don't you stuff it in your face. Don't stuff it in your face.
As a mother of a 2-year-old, I am going to use the song tomorrow, and we're going to learn the lyrics. Because this is something we discuss a lot.
So it's got a lot of sexual undertones, right?
Not really.
Don't put it in your mouth unless you've asked someone you love if it's okay first. Come on.
I mean, when you're a mother of a toddler who constantly puts things in her mouth, which are toys and stuff, that's the first thing I think of. And then, of course, I understand that it might be seen as like with a sexual undertone. But no, first thing that I was like, that's great. I love it.
I don't like the lion at the end. The puppet looks bad.
That's when sexual undertone kind of comes in. Flips in.
It's like, hey kids.
Yeah, and with like a low voice, like, wait, hey kid, just remember.
Let's
remember that.
Remember, you have to ask permission first before you put it in your mouth, even if you really, really want to.
Although I don't understand where it's coming from. They wanted to repeat the message again because kids always forget what you want to tell them, and that's great. Just don't put the line in there.
Yeah,
just don't put the.
Now remember, children.
Yeah, don't put.
Unless someone you love tells you it's okay, don't put it in your mouth. It's fine. You know what? It's maybe we don't need to read too much into things. Maybe some things can just exist as nice things that have good meanings and are nice. Maybe that can be the case.
One more time. I really want to move to Canada now. Thank you, Josh. I will look into all the job
heritage
openings.
Moments.
We'll check out the jobs.
I
do speak French.
See what's happening.
I mean,
you got a one up on most Canadians then, especially on the West Coast.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Camilla, you seem to have enjoyed these. Any final takeaways? Any final reactions to these shows? These very Canadian things I shown you today.
First, Canada's great. Second, Canada is not America. It's not the United States of America.
Yes. Yeah.
Third, yes, they are on the same continent. That's true. They're still different countries. Yeah. Number 4, I thought the 2 stereotypical things were about Canadians, that they are slow and they always apologize. Turns out there is way more to add to the list. That's what when I was growing up.
Whoa, back up. Slow?
Slower than Americans. Slower than the US.
What does that mean?
Like, you talk slow. Like, you're slower talkers.
What?
I mean, I don't believe in any I don't believe in this stereotypes. Why are you so shocked? These are the things people
What stereotype?
About.
This isn't a stereotype. No one's like Canadians are slow. What are you talking about?
All right. Oh, wait, I don't know. That's what I knew growing up.
But why was that why was that the first thing that Canadians are slow?
All right. Put apologies at the first. Put apologies at the first.
I'm like the only Canadian you know. What does that say about me? So you think I'm slow?
No, I don't. I don't believe in stereotypes. Do you believe I drink vodka?
But why was that one of your stereotypes? That's not even a common stereotype.
I thought that's what everyone was talking about when we were learning English about like the US, the Canada and like Britain.
What?
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in stereotypes.
I've never heard that before. Like,
really?
We just speak English slower?
Yeah, like the idea is that you're like slow talkers. Like, yeah, like I think it came from all of the American movies where people talk real fast and people thought that in the US people are real fast talker. Maybe that's where
But not in Canada.
Yeah, I don't know where it's coming from. Sorry, man.
That was your first stereotype. Most things like, oh, they're too polite. Oh, they say sorry a lot, or blah, blah, blah. You're like, they're slow and they say sorry a lot. My mind is blown, deeply offended, and I don't understand.
It doesn't mean that. Oh, come on. The beaver thing.
You thought we were slower than Americans?
I did not think. Oh, come on, dude. I regret I said it.
I'm going to the embassy. I'm going to the Canadian embassy. I'm going to the consulate. I'm going to the ambassador. I'm going to the prime minister. This is going all the way to the top. I'm going to the Governor General of Canada.
I'd love to meet with Justin Trudeau if you want.
Well, he's not going to want to meet you after you said that he's slow.
I do not believe in stereotypes.
Oh, that's so funny. Upsetting, but so funny. Well, Camilla, I guess it's time to end the podcast. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you for taking your time. We're Almost Real. You can catch us on social media, on Instagram. We're CJ Almost Real, YouTube. We put out little shorts and videos as well as our main podcast. So come on and check them out. Should be some good fun stuff there. And yeah, we release episodes every week, so tune in next week for our next episode, and we'll see you then. Camilla, is there anything you would like to say? Like to do the outro?
I don't. Ban me. I don't think you're slow.
It's okay. He doesn't listen to the podcast. Neither of our spouses do. My wife has made it most of the way through 2 episodes. So
I think same here.